All right, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna mute everyone here in just a second. If you have, oh, let me let everyone in. If you have any requests, anything that you want to focus on, feel free to send them in the chats. We're pretty much gonna go through full body. Hello, everybody. But if you are new to stretching or just new to deep stretch in general, I'll give you a quick rundown. And all right, we're set. Okay, so if you're new to deep stretch, basically your goal is to get into the pose as best you can and then not move out of it. So a little different than just your normal stretching that you would do at the end of a camp or any other time. We're gonna hold these poses for quite a bit of time. So usually about at least 3 minutes. That really helps us get into the deeper tissues and the fascia and all the connective stuff that's going on. So your job is to get in that pose and relax as best you can. So that's literally key. It sounds like the easiest thing to do, but it is not always the case. So we will get started in the Supta Konasana. And that just means you're on your back, feet are together, knees fall wide, and then let your hands hang down by your hips. You can go palms up, palms down. You can also, if you prefer, put one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. But I'll just keep talking while you settle into that position. So like I said, your job is to get into the pose and relax as much as you can. There is no right or wrong way necessarily to do the stretch. Obviously, there's going to be some movements that you'll make that may feel uncomfortable. And typically, my suggestion is if you're just feeling uncomfortable, if your body has just experienced some kind of discomfort, something that it's not used to being in, then fight through it. Do your best to take some deep breaths, relax anything that you have to relax, even if it's not the muscle that you're stretching, because it will kind of have a domino effect and your body will start to relax more as you let go of something and something else and something else, and eventually you'll get to that point. If you feel a sharp pain at any point, please come out of that stretch. Find a different way to come in, but also you're welcome to move at any point during the stretch. If you feel like your body relaxes a little bit more, or you find some extra space, or you find something that needs a little more attention, feel free to go there. This is not a strict pattern that you have to follow. Listen to your body, do what it's asking, and just really connect with it. This is a great time for recovery, so again, don't force it, but make the most of it. Listen to your body will tell you what it needs. So from here, close your eyes if you haven't already, and just breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, trying to calm the body a bit. If you have an intention for this practice today and something that you want out of this, take a second to think about that. Just bring it into your mind, focus on it. You don't have to have an intention by any means. Just being here to stretch is a perfectly good intent. But maybe you need something else out of this today. Maybe you want something a little more. Maybe this is something that you're not used to, or you haven't taken the time to get back to your body. Those are all perfect intents for this. But no need to express it. Just hold it in your mind. And we'll see if we can get that out of this today.
Blessings when we both meet. We just want to be free.
Hello, Maddie.
Let it be emotion. Second that emotion.
All right, so from here, if you have a yoga block, grab your yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, just grab some extra pillows. You can stack them on top of each other, just something to support your low back. But you're going to bring your knees together. Feet are about hip width apart, just like they would be for a glute bridge. And then you're going to press the hips to the ceiling. And you're going to take your yoga block, you're going to place it underneath your hips. So you have 3 options. You can go the lowest option here. This will be your medium one. This will be your highest option. Most people can do the medium with no problem. So if you feel comfortable there, go ahead and hike it up to that highest one. Turn it all the way to the highest level and then sit your hips right on top of that block. And make sure it's your hips, your pelvis that's resting on the block and not your low back. If you want to feel your low back release, kind of drop towards the floor, just to release that tension, that constant tension that we're holding to keep everything up. So once you're there, find that comfortable position. Take some deep breaths in. And then do your best to let go of your low back. So maybe walk your shoulders back a little bit. Keeping the hips over the block. And just feel that release as your low back sinks down towards the floor. Each exhale, let go of the spine a little bit more. Feel your vertebrae separating.
You bring me something I can know. In my hands or in my soul, something sweet and natural. You bring me something real.
Just as a reminder, if you set an intent at the beginning of practice, you're welcome to kind of handle it in a couple ways. You can either try to focus that intent throughout the whole practice, kind of, I wouldn't say force, but just guide yourself back into that mindset. Or you can kind of just let your mind take you where it's going to go. So chances are in these stretches, we're here for a long time. So your brain is going to wonder, your mind is going to wonder, things are going to come up. You may feel emotions that you're not used to, or just something that you haven't felt in a while. That's totally normal. Your body typically stores emotions in that kind of tension. So decide if you want to work with the emotions that you're feeling and kind of take that route, or if you just want to focus your intent and get what you're wanting out of it. You're welcome to engage here in multiple ways. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Take what you want. But just as a reminder, the benefits of the class are much more than just physical. So getting in the pose is one part of the process, and the mental aspect is a completely different part. So run with both as you feel necessary. From here, I want you to pull your right knee into your chest. So if you have your block on your highest setting, turn it to the medium one, just for balance sake. And then pull your right knee into your chest. So we're working into the left hip flexor here. If you are comfortable with that, if you can handle a little bit more, slide your left foot across the floor. You may want to try hovering the foot. It may give you a little bit more tension. If it doesn't, feel free to hang it back down. But again, we're looking for that stretch through your left hip flexor, right in the front of the hip. Also, I noticed that rotating my toes inward versus outward gives me a little bit of different stretch in the hip flexor. So take your extended foot, you can roll it back and forth, find somewhere that needs that attention, and then let it hang out there. You also have the option of moving that knee around. So if you want to pull the knee more out towards the shoulder, or you can pull it more across the body, that's completely up to you. Today, I just want you to take a little bit more like freedom in your practice. Play with your body a little bit, figure out what feels good. Everyone's physicality and the way your body works is a little bit different. So you're never going to get exactly the same thing that I'm getting out of a stretch. Or maybe it's not exactly what you need versus what I need in this stretch. So don't feel like it has to look or feel a certain way. Again, get what you need. can slowly release that foot back to the floor and then pull the opposite knee in. So left knee into the chest. Once you feel comfortable there, again, if you'd like, you can slide that opposite foot out across the floor. And again, every time you get to the point to where you're comfortable in the stretch, really focus on your breath. Deep breaths in. Your in breath should lengthen. While you're stretching, your exhale should relax.
I may be young, I may be dumb, I may be rude, but I'm not like you. No, I'm like you. I make mistakes along the way, you can relate, but I'm not like you. No, I'm not like you. Roses get old, just like sorry do. You're missing the days of me forgiving you. I may be dumb, I may be rude, but I'm not.
Again, here, play with the position. Pull the knee in towards the armpit or across the body. Turn the toes. Find the sweet spot that you need that stretch.
Everything I like, you don't. Oh, no butterfly, break my bone. I see your face in every mirror that I'm looking. I'm losing sight of the
From here, you can slowly release that foot. Place both feet flat to the floor. And we're just going to remove the block. So first lift your hips, and then slide your support out from underneath you. And we're going to move into a supine twist. So you're going to take your right foot, extend it straight up in the air, and then stack your knees, one across the other. So you're just crossing your legs. But notice the ankle is not at the knee is stacked over the knee. And then you'll drop your knees to the left. So right knee drops to the left side. Keep those legs crossed. Keep your shoulders square to the floor. You can extend the arms wide, and then take your head and look towards the opposite side of your feet. Just to continue that twist through your spine. If you like a little bit extra, you can take your hand, place it on top of your knee, and that's just going to give you some extra weight. But try to keep that opposite shoulder on the floor. So just looking for that twist to the lower back. From here, if you'd like a little more, you can unhook that top foot, extend it straight out. If you'd like to hold it in your hand, if you have that space, you're welcome to do so. But again, keeping that opposite shoulder in contact with the floor, eye gaze to the opposite side of the room. You may also feel this a little bit through your IT band, right on the outside, from the hip to the knee. And sometimes, if you feel comfortable, you can kind of self-assist here. You can take your hand to your hip and just kind of slightly pull forward. Get a little extra twist to the hips here. But again, trying to hold that tension, just let the arm pull down and then rest. You should feel a little bit extra stretch, but at no point you should be shaking to hold any of these stretches.
There's something I recognize. See the cage call. I said, come on in. I will not open myself up this way. And lay my face to the soil. No, my teeth to the sand. I will not lay like this for days now. You will not see me fall. See me struggle to stand. To be acknowledged by some touch from his arm.
Slowly pull that knee back in, roll the knees into the chest, and then lower both feet back down to the floor. We're going to move to the opposite side. So this time, left foot extends straight up. Stack the knees, left knee on top of the right, and then lower the knees to the right side. Keeping them hooked, shoulders square to the floor. Eye gaze to the opposite side of your feet.
See the moon is bright in that treetop night. I see the shadows that we cast in the cold. I'm never cold. My heart is wide, and we race out on the desert plains all night. So honey, I am not some broken thing. I do not lay in the dark, baby. My heart is cold. I'll be alright. I'm racing down the desert plains all night.
From here, if you'd like to extend that top leg out, feel free to do so. Hold that leg in your hand if you can, or extend that, or bring that hand to the hip, pull that hip forward. But keep the opposite shoulder down to the floor.
Some say love is a burning thing. Let it make fire burn. All that I know as a Cajun beat, just a killer come call from some awful dream. Boy, folks, you come to see. You just stand there in the glass looking at me. But my heart is wide, my bones are steel, and I can kill you with my bare hands.
Slowly pull the knee back into the chest. Do a nice big hug in, tuck the knees up. And then just a little rock all the way up to a seated position. From there, you're going to turn and face the front. And we're going to move into a wide leg forward fold. So you're going to extend your legs as wide apart as you can. Typically, anytime I do a forward fold, I like to lift the hips and tip the pelvis forward. So just a little push of the hip flexors towards the front of the room. If you have a block, you're welcome to use it here. But we're going to start by flexing the feet. So pull the toes up towards the shins. And then kind of pull them towards the back of the room. You should feel that open up a little bit in your hip flexors. From here, I want you to take a deep breath in, reach high with the hands. And on the exhale, start to tip forward. We're gonna move very slowly to the floor today. So on your exhale, move very slowly. When you get to the point you're out of breath, hold it, take a deep breath in. Reach further forward with the fingertips, and then exhale to drop a little bit further, making your way as far as you can. When you reach that furthest point, relax your arms down. If you have a block and you're not all the way to the floor, you can place it under your chest, under your forehead, whatever works here. Once you've reached that furthest point, also you can relax your toes, let them fall a little more forward to the front. That should give you a little extra space. So we're gonna take a second to see if we can lengthen your stretch. I want you to keep your arms extended and just start to step your hands towards your right foot. So keep the legs extended, walk your hands toward your right foot until you get to the point where your shoulders are square with your leg, if you can get that far. Take about 3 slow deep breaths. Maybe walk the hands a little further if you can. Press the chest toward the thighs. And then we're going to walk all the way through the center to the opposite side. Moving slow, no rush here. Keep the chest as low as you can as you move across. Square the shoulders to the thigh, drop the chest. And walk the hands back to center. Once you find that center point, take 1 deep breath in. Lengthen the spine, pull the shoulders back, walk the hands another step forward, and drop the chest down. Hey, Erica, instead of grabbing from behind, reach for your legs and then pull your arms apart to pull your chest forward instead of your head. That's going to give you more of a stretch in your hamstrings. So if you pull chest forward more than shoulders forward, you actually get more of that, more of a stretch. From here, you can take a deep breath, slowly rise to the top. We'll continue with the hamstrings for another stretch here, alternating with the hips. So you can stay facing the front. If you have a block, grab your block. If you don't have a block, grab your pillows. You're going to pull one foot in to make a figure four with the legs. I'll kind of check this so you can see. But you want to square the hips to your extended foot. So lift the hips, pull back on that foot or hip that's extended, and then take your block or your pillows, place your foot right on top. If at any point you feel kind of a pain behind the back of your knee, like a hyperextension, take it out. You don't need it. But this is just going to help you further your stretch a little bit. Again, here, take a deep breath in to lift the chest. Exhale, walk your hands forward, dropping your chest to the front. Doing your best not to round to your back for as long as you can.
What does it take to be satisfied? Big dreams, even though mine go, I'm missing home somehow. In a lot of hard days, in a lot of long nights, even though I love the road, I'm missing home somehow. And I'm thinking, Mom, and I look in her eyes, and I see her dream, and I kiss her goodbye. I keep to the path with nothing to lose, and I'm feeling alone, but I'm getting my dues. Where have we gone? And how do we get here? Where would I be like happy I'm not here? What does it take to be happy? What does it take to be satisfied? Big dreams, even though mine go, I'm missing home somehow. In a lot of hard days, in a lot of long nights, even though I love the road, I'm missing home somehow. Where the heart is, when I'm feeling low, with a million wants to go, I'll remember that home is where the heart is. Got a hunger, got big dreams, even though mine go, I'm missing home somehow. In a lot of hard days, in a lot of long nights, even though I love you, I'm missing home somehow.
Take a deep breath in to lift the chest. And then whatever leg is bent, keep it just the way it is. You're going to bring your opposite foot in. 3 levels for this option, for this stretch. You can just cross the legs and you're more than good to go. If you have more flexibility, level 2, you're going to bring that ankle to your calf. But again, here you want your knees to stay down. So level 2 is on the calf, level 1 is on the floor. Level 3, you can bring that foot all the way across the opposite knee. But again, you should be able to bring that knee down towards the floor here. Pull that bottom leg out just a bit so your shins are more parallel. And then breathe in to lift the chest. Exhale, walk those hands forward, fold right over the front. This stretches for your hips. You should feel that right on the outside. You may feel that in your lower back a little bit. depending on where you hold your tension. But keep those knees down, drop your chest as much as you can. Try to relax your hips, try not to squeeze your glutes at all. Keep your feet flexed towards your shins just to help protect your knees a bit. If you have a block here, you can place it in front of your knees, rest your forehead on it. Any little bit of relaxation is going to help your body get into this stretch. I don't care if you change, I don't even have to stay. I don't remember the last time I heard from your sister. Didn't expect to, but I sort of thought that I would. Wish I could tell you by now that I felt more indifferent. Catch myself thinking about you more than I should. And maybe I should, but I never told you I miss you. I almost said it, but don't know if you feel the same. Could you hold me without any talking? We could try to go back where we started. I don't even know. From here, I want you to lift your chest. And then walk your hands so your chest is square with the foot that's on top. So you're going to square that chest right to the ball or the toes of the foot. You're going to drop yourself down at a 45-degree angle. Keeping that knee pressed towards the floor, dropping your chest in the opposite direction. If I were to fall, you know I'm with you. See us, you know. And if you choose to turn and all the curtains I surround, would you then be the one? Would you be the one? Slowly release, lift the chest. We're going to move into that forward fold on the opposite side. So unhook the foot. Opposite foot extends out. Opposite leg tucks in, making that figure four. And again, take your block, place it right underneath your heel. Square the hips to your extended foot, and then breathe in to lift the chest. Exhale, walk forward, pressing the chest to the thighs. Working back into the hamstrings on the opposite legs. This love does not complete. If I were to try, would you try with me? Please say you will. And we choose to go. And I've said it before, but if you're in a stretch and your body's a little uncomfortable, you may find yourself being really antsy, wanting to move around. And if you're moving around solely for the purpose of furthering the stretch, you're welcome to do so, but that shouldn't take the whole time. So if you find that you're really antsy, do your best to focus on your breath. Just bring your focus back to the inhale, to the exhale. And just try to calm your body. All it's doing is wanting to get out of that uncomfortable position. But that is the change. That is the stretch that you're looking for. So just do your best to remind your body that it's safe, that it's not in any harm, and relax what you can. From here, take a deep breath in, lift up. We're going to stack that opposite foot across again. So again, level 1, legs across. Level 2, calf, ankle on the calf. Level 3, ankle to the knee. Both knees down. Pull the bottom leg out so the shins stack on top of each other. Pull the toes to the shins, and then inhale the chest, and forward fold. From here, lift the chest, turn it towards the foot that's on top, and lower the chest again, maybe walking the hands a little bit further. You can slowly release. Release the top leg, extend the legs out, and roll over onto your stomach. We'll finish off here with a shoulder stretch. So if you have something to rest your head on, bring it close by. Take one arm, extend it straight out to the side, so that hand should be directly from the shoulder. And then from here, roll the opposite shoulder back towards the hand. If you have your block, place it underneath your head. Palm flat to the floor. If you have some extra space, place your foot flat to the floor. You can take your lower or your opposite hand and wrap it around your low back. If you have more space than that, you're welcome to place both feet flat to the floor, squaring the hips towards the ceiling. You can also take your opposite hand towards your fingertips. You can slowly release, rolling your chest back towards the floor. And we'll immediately move into the opposite side, extend the opposite arm out. Roll the opposite shoulder towards that hand. Stack the foot to the floor, knee above the ankle if you can. Opposite hand to the low back, or you can place both feet flat to the floor again here to further that stretch. Rest your head where you can, or grab the fingertips from behind. From here, slowly release. And then we're moving to Shavasana. So find a comfortable position to lie in on your back. You can just flip over. Extend your legs out. Extend your hands down to your hips. Palms up, palms down. Again, hand to your heart, hand to your stomach. If you'd like to grab a blanket or a jacket to cover up with, feel free to do so. If you get chilly. But there should be no effort involved here. Once you've found that position, close your eyes or at least soften them. And then just focus on your breath. Deep breaths into the nose, and out through the nose. Before you get too settled, take a second just to check in with yourself, with your intent, what you wanted out of this class, or just maybe the difference in how you're feeling from when we started to where you are now. Hopefully we are not in the same place physically or mentally from where we started. Just make note of that. Appreciate it. Thank yourself for the good you've done for your mind and for your body. Also take a second to find something to be proud of. Something that you're happy with. Maybe about how you relax more, or maybe how you physically stretch further. Whatever it is, just find something to be proud of in yourself with what you've done tonight. And then I want you just to revel in it. Keep that in your thoughts. Focus back on your breath. And then do your best to slow your breath down. So each inhale should be a second longer, a little bit longer exhale. And you'll get to the point where there's a little pause between your in-breath and your out-breath. But just let that be. Let yourself revel in that moment of nothingness. From here, we'll begin to wake the body. So just move the first thing that comes to mind. Stretch anything else that you need to stretch. Do so slowly. Take your time. Taking some final deep breaths. Deep exhales. And as you're ready, you can make your way up to a seated position. So that was Deep Stretch. I'm Jeremiah. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you feel more relaxed, a little more at peace, hopefully. Take this out the rest of your week. And if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. But if not, I will see you all next time. Namaste.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
You're welcome.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.